Wait, I'm not ready.
Too late.
Uh-oh. Welcome, everyone, one and all for one, and pick your pants before they fall. Is that how that saying goes?
I didn't even know that was a saying.
It might be. Anyway, we are here for pages of
Forbidden Love
with another
Sunday Snapshot.
My name is
Johnny.
And your name is
Alexa.
And this is how we're going to do the whole video.
No, we're not.
Oh, crap. Alright, well, I think I have a few books I have to show.
A few?
Just a few. Alright. Ever since I found out that Disney bought Star Wars, I've been kind of hooked. Why do you think it's popping up on your computer?
I know.
Yeah, well, you gotta fix that.
Sorry.
We're filming right here. We're on a roll. Anyway, Disney bought out Lucasfilm, which means they bought the rights to Star Wars and Indiana Jones.
I think we talked about this last week, so.
But I did, maybe, because last
I thought
week
Disney already had the right to Indiana Jones because that's why they have an Indiana Jones ride at Disneyland.
No, because Lucasfilm gave him the licensing for it for the ride, but not the rights.
Okay.
Anyway, I had in a moment, I decided I wanted to check out a lot of books of Star Wars, so I did. This is the first of many. The Gospel According to Star Wars: Faith, Hope, and the Force. That sounds like Alexa's kind of book. There we go. That way you can not deterred by anything. Tension up that. Okay. Let's go back to more Star Wars stuff. We'll go back to everything later. This is a Star Wars horror novel I picked up from the library. Horror, not horror. Horror.
Like scary.
Yeah, not like slutty. Anyway, Death Troopers. There you go. Yeah, I haven't really. Oh, see a full color poster in the flip side of this book jacket.
I'm sure they took that out. It's a library book.
Yeah, I know, probably. But that's another book. And then Red Harvest, which is another horror. This is the Star Wars of every horror fan's dream. Gory, funny, and brimming with a blood-spattered cast. Swashbucklers and space zombies.
Okay.
I don't know why there's space zombies in here, but there you go.
Space zombies. Like...
Yeah, that's what it says.
I can't even explain to you how awesome that is.
Are you even awake? You seem very much
I know how hard it is to say that with a straight face.
Oh, I forgot the rest of my books in my my backpack,
Trust me,
but it
got
doesn't
a lot
matter.
of
Yeah, I know. Nope, gotta go more Star Wars. I'll come back to those later. Star Wars Vector Volume 1. It's like two different stories in one. In case you didn't say before. Okay. And Star Wars Legacy.
125 years after
Return of the Jedi. But you didn't even know what that means.
No, I don't. I couldn't even tell you what movie that is.
Episode 6.
Episode 6, okay.
She has never seen Star. She's tried to watch Star Wars.
Wait, isn't Episode 6 like of the first trilogy?
Yes.
Not of the second one, because the second one's 1, 2, and 3.
Yes.
Do you think they did that on purpose? That
Yes.
George Lucas purposefully called the other ones 4, 5, and 6?
Yes.
Well, then you should have known that there was going to be a prequel series.
I did.
Like, I just don't know what to tell you.
Well, he originally said there was also going to be 3 more movies after that, or 7, 8, 9. Now they're making 7, 8, 9.
Well, that's stupid. It's a bit late for that.
No, it's not.
Harrison Ford is, like, old.
They're probably not going to have the original cast members in there. I don't know. Maybe,
well,
maybe not.
that's stupid.
Anyway, yeah, Star Wars makes more money than most of the stuff that you ever love. Yeah.
Whatever.
And more Star Wars stuff, so let me get into it. Star Wars The Force Unleashed 2. It's a book based on a video game.
The dark side could not seduce him. This sounds like one of my books.
Yeah, that does sound kind of romantic in a weird, twisted sort of way.
Does he, like, meet a woman and, like, he has to, like, seduce her in the dark?
No, it's not in the dark side of the Force. You need to really bone up in your Star Wars stuff by 2015 when the new movie comes out.
They said the dark side could not seduce him.
Dark side of the Force.
But, like, the dark side.
Of the Force. Star Wars Knights.
Dun dun dun.
Smack. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. Star Wars Darth Plagueis. Plagueis was the most powerful Sith Lord who ever lived, but could he be the only one who never died?
Oh, is that guy's name?
No,
the guy who's got like the red face paint?
No, that's Darth Maul. You never
It's
see
so
Darth.
hard to keep track.
You never get to see Darth Plagueis in the movies, and right there is
Well,
Emperor
what does Darth
Palpatine.
Maul have to do with Darth Plagueis?
Darth.
Whatever.
Darth Maul was the guy that killed Qui-Gon Jinn in Phantom Menace. He was an apprentice to Darth Sidious.
Is he a good guy or a bad guy?
Bad guy. Would you think
But
a
I
good guy
thought
looks
the
like
bad guy
that?
was supposed to be Darth Vader. There's so
This
many Darths in
the-
here.
This is the prequel. They're talking about the prequels
So he
here.
is Darth Vader. Except he's called something.
No, Darth Maul is a creature. Darth Vader is Anakin Skywalker.
There's too
a
many
human.
people called Darth in this movie. That's all
There's
I know.
Every time you're a Sith, you're Darth something.
I don't like it.
Ah,
It's hard to keep track.
you're,
This is why I don't watch Star Wars.
yeah, but your books, some of your books, like the Black Dagger Brotherhood, go off in this weird tangent too. There's like 900 characters.
But they make sense. They don't all have the same name. They're not all called Darth something.
Don't ever talk bad about Star Wars ever.
Darth. I'm gonna put Darth in front of my name.
Darth Alexa. No, you have to change your name and make it
Gonna
something.
join the dark side. Which isn't really like the dark side. Apparently it means something else.
The dark side wouldn't want you; they'd kick you out.
Darn. I gotta deal with Yoda then?
Yeah, see, you got something right for once.
The little green guy with the hairy ears.
Don't talk shit about Yoda either.
And says some weird catchphrases in the whole series.
Luminous beings are we, not this crude matter.
Yeah. It's like reading Shakespeare.
Road to Perdition. This is a graphic novel first, then a movie. I decided to get some anime. Full Metal Alchemist. Yes, this video is all about blocking Alexa's face. The Legend of Zelda Part 1, Ocarina of Time.
They look like little kids.
Yeah, I know. I just thought it'd be cool, but it's probably gonna suck. Runaways. It's a Marvel comic graphic novel. I actually have books, but I forgot them in the other room. So probably when she's talking about hers, I'll go run and go get them.
No, this is
Or
all you
not.
get to do this week. You already have a lot.
Cairo. I don't know what it's about. I read the back, but yeah, it looks pretty cool. By Vertigo Comics, which is an imprint of DC.
I think this next one looks pretty cool.
Oh, Hellblazer. What we're talking about? John Constantine's Hellblazer.
Welcome to a fallen world.
Yeah.
A haunting world of black magic, demons, and ghosts of past mistakes.
The World of John Constantine. Hellblazer. I've been wanting to read these Hellblazer comics for a while.
We should totally do that for books now. We should like open it up and like read a passage of it.
Yeah, that's what I always thought we should do. Alright. Star Wars. Not Star Wars. Oh, Jesus. Hulk. Red and Green.
Not only does he turn green, he also turns red.
That doesn't say that in the back. What does it say in the back?
There are now 2 Hulks in the Marvel universe.
All
One
right.
green and the other red.
It doesn't say. Oh, yeah, it doesn't
Yes,
say that.
it does.
Okay, I thought you were just making shit up again.
Jesus.
You're a nut job.
You're a nut job.
Nut job.
Delusional.
Hot button word. God, I hate that word. It sets me off. Star Wars, or I keep saying Star Wars.
Why do you keep saying everything is Star Wars? You got like Star Wars
Everything
brain.
is Star Wars. Superman, New Krypton.
Superman came before Star Wars, let me just tell you.
Yeah, it did.
So,
Okay, say something.
the city of the Superman, rocketed to Earth from the dying planet Krypton, the infant known as Kal-El grew up to become his adopted world's greatest champion.
There's more to it. Under the rays of our yellow sun, he gained extraordinary powers that he uses to fight the never-ending battle against evil as Superman. But Superman was not Krypton's only survivor. Yeah, there's like 1,000 super people in this book.
Okay.
Alright.
I just got something in the mail today, which was kind of cool.
We're out of time, so that's all.
I got a bookmark of the entire Covenant series from Valerie over at Stuck in Books. She was the one who was hosting the...
Stuck in Books?
Yes, Stuck
Okay.
in Books. She was hosting the tour. She's hosted like almost all the tours for the Covenant series, I think. And
Wait,
I've always...
she made her own bookmark that has the books on there? Is it licensed by Jennifer Armentrout?
Well, she always does all the blog tours for all the books.
Wow.
She's... I don't know. Spencer Hill Press always tells me about all her blog tours for the Jennifer Armentrout book. So I was on the tour for it, and then she had extra bookmarks from the tour, and she asked if I wanted one because I was a tour host, and I said, of course I want one. So she sent one to me, so thank you to Valerie
Star Wars
for spending the postage on that. Next up, 3 library books that I got. I got The Marriage Bargain, and this is actually the first book I have read where the main character's name is my name. Her name is Alexa, but her real name is Alexandria, which is really not my real name, or Alexandra is her real name. But Alexa's my real name, and I think it's kind of cool that her name is Alexa, but I'm 50% of the way through this, and
it sucks.
It doesn't suck, I just don't really see why everybody was raving about it.
Hey.
It just isn't really doing anything for me.
Hey, did she say?
It's just not really doing anything to me. The book is really short. It's only like 250 pages, and so a lot of the scenes, regular scenes or romantic scenes, are kind of cut down. They're just like, okay, well, this happens, and all of a sudden now flash forward a week and a half later when this happens, which is what we were talking about in the previous chapter. And it kind of just like cuts out sections. It cuts out like weeks of their life to just kind of like speed the story up, and I feel like you're kind of missing their whole relationship developing here because they keep cutting out, like, the author keeps cutting out scenes. So I don't know, it's really not something that I am wholeheartedly behind. Maybe it'll get better in the second half of the book, I'm not really sure.
You know, the best part of the book will probably be when you're finally done with it and you don't have to worry about this crap.
Next book that I got from the library is Soul Thief. This is actually the second book to Demon Trapper's Daughter. The only really thing that I did like about the first book was the character Beck, because he is a bit older. He's about my age, 22-ish or so, I think he was, 21 or 22 or so. He is in the book, and he's an awesome character, and I liked him, and he's kind of my driving force behind reading the next book in the series, which is this book.
Why?
Because he was an awesome character. He just was. Like, he is a bit older, so he kind of understands some of the rules of their world a little bit better, because they live in a world where demons kind of rise up and start to destroy things.
In a world filled with demons.
Her father was a demon trapper, but he died on an assignment, and Beck was his, like, prodigy, kind of the person he was training to become a demon trapper. And she wants to become a demon trapper because her father is so legendary, but of course, she's pretty young for it, so she's been making a lot of mistakes.
I didn't get this much time to talk about all my books.
You had like 15 books, so you couldn't really talk about them a whole lot. Next time, if you have 3, you can go into them more. Anyway.
You won't let me anyway.
So, we'll see if I actually get around to reading this or not, and then if I like it or not.
I'm gonna read everything.
Next book, that I got. And the last book from the library is Between the Lines. This is actually by Jodi Pickett, and I have never read a book by her.
Samantha Van Deer, who?
I think that's her daughter. I have actually never read a book by Jodi before, and this is her first YA book, if I'm correct on assuming that. And I believe that she actually wrote it with her daughter, so...
So if it turns into Cran, then you know.
But it's kind of like the story is got like all these pictures and stuff in it that kind of go along. And the book is like really heavy and it's like really thick paper, and there are like all these kind of like little doodles on like pages. And like the print is pretty big. And see, there's like each chapter kind of has its own like picture.
Don't block me out of the shot now.
So I mean, there's all these little things that kind of correlate with the story. Like I said, each thing has a picture. This is supposed to be like a fairy tale kind of retelling. It's supposed to be what happens when happily ever after isn't. It's supposed to be about a girl who, goes to a new school or something like that, and she is having kind of a hard time.
Is she living in a fairy tale?
She kind of I think thinks up this...
No.
If anybody knew how many times she's read and reread the same sweet little fairy tale she found in the library, especially the popular kids, she'd be sent to Siberia forever. So basically, she has kind of this obsession with a fairy tale that she read when she was little. And to Delilah, though, this fairy tale is more than just words on a page. Sure, there's a handsome, hot prince, and a castle, and an evil villain, but it feels as if there's something deeper going on, and one day Delilah finds out there is. Turns out this Prince Charming is real, and a certain 15-year-old loner has caught his eye. But they're from 2 different worlds. How can that ever possibly work? Together with her daughter Samantha, so yes, it is written with her daughter. So, Johnny thinks it's stupid, but
because if you know anything about the Labyrinth, it's kind of the same thing.
I think it's kind of cool. I think it's kind of cool that they got all this cool artwork done.
The artwork's cool, I'll give it that. But Bastian finds a book. Oh wait, you can see the pictures of the mother and the daughter there. Come on, show them. Show the picture. Show that picture. Now let me see. I can't see it there. Wow, how old is she? Like 9? Junior in high school.
Junior in high school.
Lucky for her.
Anyway, so that's everything that we got this week. We hope you enjoyed watching this extremely long video.
Well, not everything. My stuff's still around, so I'll show it later. Take care.
And spike your hair.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
You know it.